My Spectrum Life is growing and expanding. Join us as we introduce our newest team member.
Welcome to My Spectrum Life. I'm Jessica, an autism mom. With me is my good friend Kelsey.
Hello, I'm Kelsey. I'm a SPED teacher.
And we are so proud to welcome our newest member, Latrice. Hey, Latrice.
Hey. I am Latrice. I am an autism mom, a proud autism mom, and I'm a licensed professional counselor supervisor now who specializes with persons on the spectrum.
That's what's up.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Now, I know y'all kind of like going, if you've been watching My Spectrum Life for the last year, like, hey, wait a second. She looks familiar. That's because she's been on here a time or two.
Yes.
So we were just, we kept in touch. We kept talking about things. And after a while, I was like, and we got in touch a few weeks ago, Latrice, and I was thinking, I texted Kelsey and I was like, hey, Kelsey, should we just invite Latrice to be a part of the team? What was your reply, Kelsey?
A big why, yes. With capitalization and the emojis with the big exclamation points that are red. That's what was sent to her. We're so excited to have you, Latrice. It's really cool to have your, not only the mom perspective, but also the counseling perspective, because it's awesome to have mom. It's awesome to have the SPED teacher, but it's really cool to have that counseling, that inner brain workings, and pretty much, I don't want to say perspective again, but pretty much that idea or that insight. That's the word I'm looking for. So again, we are so excited. And I know our fans are too, to welcome you and really get some cool experiences from you. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be a part of My Spectrum Life. I always talk about it. I always tell my patients and families that I come in contact with, you got to check out My Spectrum Life. So much great information, so many great resources. And now I'm part of the team, so I'm so excited to be here.
Latrice, really quickly, give us a refresher. What exactly do you do with your counseling? How long you've been in it? How long, just some of your experiences real quick.
Okay, I was going to give you a background of me. I started out as a school counselor. I worked in the school's counselor spectrum for about 12 years on every level, from elementary, junior high, middle school, and to high school. So I always worked with the special services department, where I would do the 504 accommodations, work on the IEP team. And so working with their population was pretty much always in my heart. Even before I had my son, Terrence. And so once I had Terrence in 2006 and getting Terrence's diagnosis of tuberous sclerosis complex, and then later adding on the autism spectrum diagnosis, I knew that this was really pretty much where God wanted me to be. And so I went back to school and I got a certification in certificate in autism intervention. And so I was already a counselor certified through the school system. And then I went back again and got my license as a licensed professional counselor. So I've been in that for I worked in and out with that anyway in the school system. So I've probably been in counseling itself probably about 20 years now.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's been a minute. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But I recently, not too long ago, started working in the private practice spectrum. So I pretty much have like my own office where it's private. We take the different insurances. I'm on the different insurance panels. I'm now employed at Journey to New Beginnings in South Haven, Mississippi. So I specialize in persons with autism and their families, providing support, providing letters for schools to let them know the different things that they can do to help them with accommodations in the classroom, helping them with emotional regulation. I also specialize in working with persons with ADHD, depression, anxiety, because some of those disorders or illnesses overlap sometimes.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you may see a person that may have a diagnosis of autism. They may also be diagnosed with generalized anxiety. So I actually do the actual diagnosing of those things. And sometimes you see persons, they may have depression as well.
Mm-hmm.
They may have OCD. So a lot of things can come along with the autism diagnosis. And so I pretty much kind of explain all that and let parents know that it's okay. I'm here to support you. You're not alone in this journey. I'm an autism mom, but also a professional as well. Let you know that there is so much hope there. And I just really love what I do. I actually prayed for where I am, and God graciously put me where I am. And I'm so overjoyed and just so thankful.
Yeah. I love Journey to New Beginnings. We'd still be there if it wasn't for the insurance thing, but that's for another like 15 episodes talking about the battles of insurance. My word. Everybody out there who's an autism mom can say amen.
That's an understatement. One of the two.
Yes. But yeah, and the other thing that is so amazing is how now I'm going to date this episode, but if you're listening to this later, please keep listening because we've still got some good things to say. Journey to New Beginnings has partnered with us to work on these sensor bags that we're putting together, which is so amazing. This is going to be awesome. I hear the Amazon truck as it keeps stopping at your house all the time.
Every day. They're like, another box of treats. Here's another box for you. And so we're just blessed for that. There are boxes at Journey to New Beginnings, as well as we're preparing to prepare for our sensory bags for the World Autism Day. So we're partnering with law enforcement and with rural schools to put our sensory bags out there to help our kiddos to make things calming and more relaxing when they're entering these different classrooms and arenas. So we're blessed for that too.
Yes, and we cannot thank our viewers and fans enough for all the support that you have poured out. And if you haven't had a chance and you still want to donate, you can do that. We will have some information in the description about that. And you can still help us out with that effort because these are things that we need to get out there. I don't know. You guys, well, obviously, since I'm not within the school system or counseling, there are a lot of people that don't have access to these tools, are there?
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. And even though I'm in South Haven, Mississippi, even with the school systems, I recommend like fidget toys and different things there. So I know it's a need because sometimes my patients don't always have access to those things.
Yeah. So if we can get that out there to them, wow, it could be amazing for them.
And adding the law enforcement carrying those bags with them if they have to make a stop, an emergency visit, or if your child is traveling through the airport, they will definitely need some sensory bags to help them remain calm in those, new and different situations.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I got to help you in an endeavor in that sparked the idea that I don't know, it just kind of came.
Spread it like wildfire.
Yes. Well, and we've got a lot of
me in the training. With the law enforcement. At the airport, and so here in Memphis, and so that was very, very good. We did a 10-week training on autism and mental health, partnering with Journey to New Beginnings and the Memphis International Airport, and that was awesome.
Yes, it was.
To spread the word about autism and let them be aware of, what the diagnosis is, what it looks like, to gain more understanding. If you come into contact with the person in the spectrum, these are things you can do to help calm them and communicate with them.
Yeah. And that's something that, I'm hoping that we'll be able to spread that kind of awareness and acceptance across, not only within our schools, within places like the airport, with law enforcement officers so they can understand when they come in contact with somebody, but also just in the general public as we continue to, do our videos every week as we bring the content out. And I'm excited for us to Well, I guess we're going to try to take a poll, aren't we, Latrice?
Yes.
It's going to be what are we going to call your segment? Ask Latrice.
Yes, I think yes. That would be what it would be.
Okay, so yeah, we'll be bringing some new videos where you'll be able to send us some of your questions, and
Yes.
you'll be able to ask Latrice, and of course, we'll all three still be talking about stuff. And we've got a lot of things that we've been kind of brainstorming and kicking around. So you'll definitely want to stay tuned for that. Okay, real quick. I'm going to put you both on the spot here. What is the biggest dream that you see that we could do with everybody's help? If they would like, subscribe, get the word out about our channel, and the education we're offering. What is the biggest dream you can possibly think of at the moment that we could do?
Providing knowledge. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you understand, the more you accept.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal is to accept. It's not to individualize these kids, but it's just to accept everybody as a whole and just love as much as we possibly could. And I really hope that we can provide that mission of providing that knowledge, and you use that knowledge to your benefit. That's my biggest one.
Yeah. I think my biggest one would be us really tapping into the autism world, into seeing things from their eyes, from their perspective. So many times we want to change them. And sometimes it's a matter of us changing ourselves and how we perceive things to get really to understand them. That's my hope. That's my prayer for us.
Yeah, I know that's honestly, that's it's a prayer of mine almost, every day, that I can understand, and I could, kind of get from Curtis's perspective what's going on, so I can understand and we can begin to understand each other. And, I mean, you would think that as autism moms or close therapists and friends that we would, really be able to bond and know exactly what they're thinking and everything would be cool. Oh, it's not.
It's not like that.
No.
We try though.
Yeah.
We try though.
Yeah, we definitely try. We try as hard as we can every day.
Yes.
But that's what sets y'all apart. The more you try and the more you try to understand and gain that knowledge, the more you're going to be able to know, not to change them, as Latrice says, but change our own hearts and see them through their lenses.
Yes. Well said, Kelsey. Love it.
Yeah. And to see how they find the amazing abilities that they have.
Right.
Yes.
Because it's just, some of the things that you just look at your kid and you're like, how did you do that?
Yeah. Where did you get that from? I wish I could do that. Why can't I do that? Why doesn't my brain work that way?
Exactly. And other times it's like, oh, no. Please get off that. Let's stop that train.
Let's pause that train wreck.
Yes. Oh, goodness. Well, if you're excited as we are that Latrice is joining us, and if you have a question for her, please go ahead and put it in the comments below so we can start getting some material for the Ask Latrice segments that we'll be having. You can send those to us at info@myspectrumlife.com, or
and you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at MySpectrumLife, and you can find us on Twitter at MySpectrumLife with that number 1, or
you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just smash the button and hit subscribe, and there you have it.
Yes, and we can't wait to have and see more followers and more questions and everything, but we all agree that it takes a lot of faith, love, and tons of fidget toys, but we'll all make it. Bye.
Yay. Bye.